Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now, this is a general reading for whatever sign is in the title because it's a bulk introduction. There will be a timestamp down below in the description so that once you've seen the introduction once, you can fast forward ahead of it. And the reason I say that is because you want to watch more than one. This is for the full moon. So you want to watch your sun sign, naturally, the I am. You want to watch the rising sign, the I am becoming. But obviously, it's the full moon. You maybe want to watch your moon sign. There may be other areas of your chart you want to look at anyway. So, it's a general reading for the sign in the title down there. Now, this is the full moon in Pisces at 10 degrees Pisces. Now, a full moon is all about opposition. Moon opposed sun. So what I like to look at in these Gods at Play readings are what gods are supporting you and lifting you up, and what gods or what god forms the archons take as they are trying to suppress you and keep you limited and in fear and in need and in want and incomplete and all of that, you know, all of the most anti-new age and probably pro-consumerism stuff that you can think of. Now, these are God cards. By their very nature, these readings are dramatic. It is symbolic. And so much fun, but it is symbolic. What I would like to look at beforehand is the actual full moon itself. I mean, it's in Pisces. It's the big spiritual full moon, which interestingly, Neptune at 20 degrees Pisces, so 10 degrees away, so not really even a full conjunction. However, 20 degrees Pisces for Neptune is the natal Neptune of AU8 of the Order of the Golden Dawn. So this is a great full moon for all the other symbolisms aside, and they echo this as well. This is a great full moon for spiritual development. I mean, this is a great season for spiritual development, but especially with this full moon, magical exploration. Magical exercises to get to know further layers of yourself. Now, I could wax lyrical about the astrology of it, but chances are I could get things wrong because I'm still learning my way around astrology and will be for another 5 or 6 years yet. And down in the description, there is a link to the Facebook page for this group where I have already posted oodles of relevant videos from the YouTube astrologers about this full moon, and I will keep posting them as I find them once I've watched them myself and absorbed them all. So yeah, come and join the Facebook page. It's well worth it. Obviously, being a YouTuber, I'd like you to like, share, subscribe and comment. But I want to look at the symbols of the moon. The other thing is, with this moon, it's, now if I remember this correctly, I think it's Uranus. Uranus is trying something. I'll be able to tell you. Uranus is trying something and sextile something else. Let's just bring that information up. Bear with me. Because this is, yeah, it is sextile the moon. Oh, of course it is. 10 degrees Taurus, and trine the sun. So there's a beautiful triangle of energy there between the two luminaries and Uranus. This is a time, people call this time in history the Great Awakening. I'm not entirely sold on that idea, to be quite honest. However, certainly this full moon offers a great revealing in your personal lives, in your love life, in the workplace, in the political landscape, in your spiritual self. And certainly that is why I mentioned about AU8, 20 degrees Pisces of Neptune. You can invite that revealing in, if that is what you wish to do. Now, make your own mind up on that one. Now, the degree reading from Inside Degrees, so Chandra symbols I think they're called, I'm taking Pisces 11 because 10 degrees, let me see, it's the full moon is at 10 degrees 11 minutes I think, so basically it's in the 11th degree. So Pisces 11, a high crumbling wall. It is part of a ruin and covered with ivy. Power is stored in the earth at primal quickening points. Often in these places, humanity erects monuments to its own folly. Eventually these things merge into the landscape and everything comments upon everything else, being held between the earth's wise presence and humanity's dim apprehension of what is really involved here. One side of the feeling, nature is so intuitive and psychically astute that you are harbouring advanced gifts that can serve the earth evolution in staggering ways. On that note, a couple of astrologers have been talking about us accessing our superpowers, however you want to define that. The peace dealer being one of them, but in the more restrained side, Ksenia Moore said much the same in her recent full moon thing, again posted on my Facebook page. Right. Another side of the feeling nature is contorted with reactions, judgments and condemnations of the collective trends of humanity and of the weakness of the human flesh. One more interjection, look at the news. These objections and rejections of the human scene rebound upon the self and poison the psychic faculties. It is only when you heal and forgive and renounce the minor key irritable voice, inside and out, that the flood tide of burgeoning awareness of what is arising in this earth with all its ripples can wipe away the false structures and foster the new birth, the tuned in and blessings focused outlook and in luck. Now the Omega symbol of this is 3 undines guarding a golden treasure at the bottom of a river. That river is the river of change. The undines are the water nymphs, or well, water spirits. Golden treasure to be unearthed in the flow of change. But going back to that Chandra symbol, it reminds me of a thing in the Course of Miracles. With all of the division and what either side of the fence you fall on, with everything that's going on in America, in Mauritius, in Poland, in so many places across the world. Whatever side of the fence that you fall on, when you are tempted to judge and condemn the others, it's A Course of Miracles would say it's okay, because everybody is playing the lesson, everybody is playing the role that they agreed to play before coming here. Everybody is learning the lessons that they, well, hopefully, or is being confronted with the lessons, let's put it that way, that they agreed to before they came here. So if you despair at the evil Trump voters or the lunatic libtards, whichever, then let that go. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're doing what's right for them. And it's only with that acceptance can the true revelation bubble up to the surface, I suppose. Can that golden treasure rise out of the river. So I think I've waffled enough hippie hoo-ha so far. So let me bring up the cards. Just before I bring the cards up, there's one thing that I neglected to mention, is that this whole full moon is occurring with the backdrop of Mars square Saturn. And that shows that wanting to drive forward energy, but having our limitations being pointed out to us. Now, a few minutes have passed since I filmed the last bit, and I've just spent a lot of time thinking about it. I firmly believe in all the hippie claptrap that I just came out with. But it's not okay to shoot people. It is okay to fight back against those things that you find abhorrent. It is okay to demonstrate. It is... So, whereas I'm saying, oh, achieve this Zen-like state of non-judgmentalism, at no point does that say stop fighting for a better world. It's just, I do believe what I said, but I find it hard to put it into the real world sometimes, because in the current climate, it sounds facile. And it's something I've been struggling with the entire time of this channel. Because, as I have mentioned, I'm a political animal. I keep abreast of politics a lot, and I have opinions, and I can't help but have opinions. And under that Course of Miracles philosophy, me having opinions is okay, and other people having opinions is okay. But I have to draw the line at shooting people. But I think, I only hope that this Mars square Saturn works to the betterment of society, where that driving forward force on the side that I would find morally questionable is restrained, held back, thwarted, forced to reconsider, which is all what this Mars square Saturn, Mars retrograde square Saturn, then Mars square Saturn again, is supposed to be about. As I say, the astrologers can talk about it far better than me. Go and have a look on my Facebook page for the channel to see their videos. And don't forget, there is also an inbox where you can contact me directly if you are looking for a personal reading. And this time I really, really will bring the cards up, I promise. Okay, Leo, and welcome Leo Rising and Leo Moon if you've just joined us after the timestamp. Now, if you are indeed Leo Rising, this full moon is occurring in your 8th house, which is the transformational area of your life, which is about shared resources and intense emotions. And intense emotions seem to be appearing here in this reading, especially from the Dark Goddess Oracle cards here. The one who is supporting you is the goddess Hel, who you may know from the recent Thor movie. There's more to her than that, obviously. But she comes with the message of concealment. Now, her story is that she would take the wealth of those who come to her realm and then hide it away and not tell anybody about it in case somebody came to nick it. Whereas Nematona is a card that talks about secrecy. And more to the point, about getting something off your chest. Now, I think she's a Roman goddess. I'm going to have to look that one up. Because I read it 2 seconds ago and it's fallen out of my brain already. Oh no, she's Germanic. I take that back. Archetypal hermit of Germanic origin, primarily worshipped across Germany, France and England. She guarded over sacred groves of trees wherein the soul became hushed and calm, at one with the nature and the goddess. She was linked to Rigonometis, king of the sacred grove, who is also associated with Mars. Right, that's maybe where I got that. Now, what the card talks about is letting something out, letting something go. Actually airing your emotional dirty laundry, so to speak, but in the appropriate place. But with Nemetona being on the top row, this is not the goddess Nemetona. This is an archon pretending to be the goddess Nemetona. So it's almost like, beware about just where you are invited to unload your emotions. Where you are invited to be brutally honest with somebody else, because the key word there might not even be honest, it might be brutally. So I would be very, very careful, especially if this is somewhere where you need to travel to. Travel features very strongly here. Of the gods that support you, we have Garuda with travel, Poseidon as the Earth Shaker, Jeanne d'Arc or Joan of Arc with faith, Hell we've mentioned, and these three wanted to come out. Eros with desire, Persephone with transformation, and Uranus with remoteness. There's something unexpected coming your way. And my fear is that if you take up this invitation to unload, that unexpected thing ain't going to happen. Because on the top row, we have Vulcan with inventiveness, Odysseus with the journey, Hermes here with the journey, well, just journey, there's no the this time, Sheila Nagig with gateways, about going through to a new place, and Nemetona, who we've discussed. And it's almost like someone has created a really inventive way of getting you to go somewhere and quite possibly unload when you get there. And it's another Admiral Akbar situation. It's a trap. But then whatever is in this top row is always a trap. But that Vulcan inventiveness really, it is a crafty way that they will get you there, and it's quite possible that they will indeed get you there, as in provide the transport, provide the means for you to get there, as well as the reason, and there's equal inventiveness with both. But Garuda also being travel, but what Garuda is about for me is loyalty. The loyalty Garuda had to his wife to rescue her from the poison that she had been in. Well, she'd got poisoned somehow. I don't know whether she'd been injected or she ingested it or she was bitten by a snake or whatever. I can't remember. But because Indra helped him, Garuda agreed to be Indra's steed for the rest of his immortal life, and was fiercely loyal to Indra, because Indra enabled him to save the other person he was fiercely loyal to, his wife. But with that being travel, if you're invited to go somewhere, don't go alone. I mean, that could be one aspect of it, or there's the element of only travel to somewhere where you trust, because something that is quite possibly concealed from you will be revealed. But it's also a time for you to have faith and almost like an emotional spring clean, but beware about where you throw out your emotional trash, which is not this place that you are being pulled along to, unless, of course, you are there with a very, very good friend who you can completely trust and who is as loyal to you as Garuda was to Indra. But with Uranus here and Poseidon as the Earth Shaker, change is coming. Change is coming. So this invitation for emotional unloading, it almost feels like it's going to become entirely irrelevant. It doesn't really matter, because what's coming out of the shadows, what is being revealed, what is unexpectedly occurring, is for the better. It will create transformation. Persephone again, she's very busy this month. I mean, she is in nearly all of the decks, so you know, one would assume that she would be busy, but she's just not in that one. She's in all the others. But there is transformation coming from, as a result of some form of external event that makes you go, oh, you know, and I do feel like it's not as if like you're hit by an explosion and within the blast radius. It's more of a blast radius, you know, like the dominoes that fall in your mind. Well, if that is that, then that means that, and that means that, and that means that, and that means, oh, you know, that's the blast radius that happens. But I feel like, although it will change the meaning of a few things for you, because your dreams will take a battering, which is why you're being asked to have faith, that they take that battering, they withstand that battering, they grow and change and transform through that battering so that you get even closer to what it is that you desire. Now let's see what oh, it's one off the top. Oops. Yes, your very faith itself is going to go through a transformation. And this earth-shattering event is actually going to expand your power, although it's really going to challenge and change your power, your authority, your empire, your sphere of influence, whatever you want to call it. But there will be, yes, the travel aspect that's in your benefit is not you going to somewhere, which is all this at the top. It's something coming to you. It's something that will maybe herald this unexpected change. But I do get the impression that this Page of Wands is going to be just as surprised by the unexpected thing as you will be. But the options to go somewhere and unload, to express your emotions, to go somewhere and go through to, you know, come on this journey, because the world will be your oyster if you do, and you can see you and something coming together. I mean, that might even be a relationship that's being dangled in front of you, or some form of partnership, business partnership, what have you. And it's a chain. And by someone getting you to unload in an inappropriate fashion stroke setting, then you end up being trapped. They are expressing their power over you because they are not quite the... So I suppose you could sum this reading up by stay home, don't go anywhere, people can come to you, but don't go to them. And just wait for the earthquake. But this earthquake looks like it's going to be one hell of a shock. Four of Cups and the Hermit. One hell of a shock, but as the dust settles, it creates a wonderful transformation in yourself and in your world, which works out for the better for you. So that's nice. Although it will be plenty of work. And I do feel that maybe Some things that you'd rather had been left secret get revealed, but I think more that secrets are revealed to you, assuming that you allow those secrets to come to you and you don't go to them. Okay, well, I hope that means something for somebody. It seemed quite detailed. Your next reading will be your monthlies whenever I get them done, and then your Chinese zodiacs will be after that. But last month, I've only just finished doing last month's Chinese zodiacs. They went up this weekend gone, 28th, 29th, sorry, 29th and 30th of August. So they're valid for September. They've only just been filmed. So yeah, go and have a look at your Chinese zodiac while you're bored and waiting for me to do my monthlies. All right, like, share and subscribe and all that good stuff, obviously, and speak to you soon. Cheers.